Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Akram and you are watching Knowledge 360. So in this video I'll show you how to create a stored procedure with mentioned parameter modes. That is, we have three mode: in, out and only out. So what are the roles of these parameters? If we mention a parameter as in, it will take the value as input. Because we don't mention anywhere as in or out, so by default it takes input. By default it takes parameter as input, and when we mention out, that means it will hold the output value for the procedure. And when we mentioned in out, it will have the value as input and as well as output. So let's take example here. Because in stored procedure only out is not allowed, so we don't take any out parameter, but we take in and in out. So first let's create a simple procedure like this. Create a replace procedure and the procedure name public dot testing procedure, and we'll mention here what I am trying to do is I will give three parameter, and first two parameter will hold the numbers like in. These are this parameter is of input, and p num2 this is also of input type. And the second one, the p sum, it will be like in out, because when I give only out it won't work. So I have to mention in out, and then I'll mention the language of it. Language is PL/PG/SQL, and then I will write here body, then declare. Because here I don't have any declaration, so I move to begin block. Then what I do p sum as I will assign the value p num1 plus p num2. Okay, so after that I don't here what we don't need to return any value, because the out parameter is already assigned with some value and it will hold the output value. Okay, so now let's end this. I will explain more about these things in upcoming videos. What other options we have in stored procedure and other things. So stay tuned with me and subscribe my channel to get the updates of a video, or go to my channel list and check out other videos to learn more about PostgreSQL. So now the procedure is created, written. Now I will create it. So the procedure is successfully created. To check it, you come here and check. The procedure is here and it's created with p num1 is numeric, p num2 is numeric, and as I don't mention them, so by default they are input parameter. And as I mentioned this one, this is in out, it's written here. So now let's move here, and now I have to call. So suppose when I call three parameters, p num1 I give 3, p num2 I give 5, and the third parameter I don't need to mention anything, but I'll pass null as the third parameter, and it will return me a value. So now let's call it. The calling syntax is like this: call public is the schema, public dot the testing procedure, the procedure name. And now here I will mention the parameter. So first parameter is 3, second parameter is 5, and the third parameter is null. The null parameter, because it will hold the output variable and I am not giving any value. If I give value, there will be no issue, because we are not doing anything with this one. So for now I am giving here null. Now let's call it. So when I call it, the p sum, the third parameter value, it gives me as 8, because the summation of 3 and 5 is 8. So now let's change it. 13 plus 15, it should give me 28. So it works like this, like this. Now in place of null, let me write something, any value. It won't matter to me because I'm not using it anywhere. So there is no change in our result, but we can give it in or out, what as we can give any value, or we can leave it as well. Okay, so when there is one issue, like when I'm giving here null, okay, and I'm calling it, it gives me the result of it. Suppose what I do, I am not assign anything value here. So what will happen, it will give me null. Well, let's create it. So it's created. What I'm trying to show is that whenever there is no value, means whenever we get any exception or any problematic statements, so I instead of returning me null value, I want to return some value. Okay, so in that case what I'll do, I'll pass here one value, like suppose it is 1000. Now what will happen, as I'm not giving any value, I'm not assigning any value to p sum, that is inout parameter that gives me the output. So by default I am passing here 1000 and it will give me 1000. So let's check it. So it gives me 1000. Now what will happen, if I give here, if I pass here null, it won't give me any value, but it will give me null. So this is not the correct way to work on numeric value, because whenever we get null, the arithmetic operation on null is null, like just like infinity. When you add something to null, it will be null. When you divide something to null, it will be null, like this. So to avoid this situation, you always pass a default value here as inout parameter if you are not working. So it will be better that you pass any default value that you have in your system. Like if I give -1, it will give you -1. Okay, so when I uncomment this and again create it, so it's created. Now what will happen, as my p sum is updated to it will be updated as p num1 and p num2. It will give me 28 instead of giving -1, because when I am calling it, it was -1 till here it was -1, and after that when I'm assigning p sum value as p num1 and plus p num2, this -1 is discarded, replaced by the summation of two values. Okay, so now let's create it, and again I will show you that it will give me 28. Okay, if I give any value, it will give me output accordingly. So this is the way we pass parameter mode. Even we can have multiple inout parameters. Let me show you example of that as well. So here, so what I'll do, I will add one more parameter, like p sum 2. Sorry, I will give p multiply for multiplication of those number. I am taking another inout parameter, and this is also of numeric type. What I am trying to do, I will pass two numbers and I am trying to get the output, like summation of those two number and as well as the multiplication of those two number. Okay, so for that I have already done the summation part. Now I will do p multiplication, and I will do p num1 multiplied by p num2. Okay, so here I am not using any exception handling because there is no need of it. It's very simple things. But when I do division works, there I have to use exception, because we know division by 0 is not possible, and how to handle exception I have made other videos. You can check out from playlist, or you can search on YouTube. I have already made the video. So like this I am doing here, and now let's create it. And as you know that I am not I'm not changing the name of the procedure, and but I'm changing the parameter, so the procedure overloading will be will happen here, and there will be two procedure. And if you want to know about more on procedure overloading, I have made a video on that. You can check out from the playlist from my channel. So now let's create this one. Sorry, this one, the second one that I am trying to create. So I have created here. Now let's refresh it, and I will see here there are two same name procedure but with different parameter list. Okay, so now let's move to here. Now I will pass another parameter here, that is 4 parameter, and the third and the fourth parameter, suppose it's also -1. Okay, so now what will happen when I call it, it will give me two output. One is 23 and another is 13 and 10, the multiplication of 13 and 10. So now let's call it. See now what happened, as the first one was 23, that summation of that two parameterized value, and the second one is the multiplication of them. Let's change the value 3 cross 3 plus 10. There will be 3 plus 10, and there will be 3 multiplied by 10. Okay, so this is how it works. When I give here 0 1, so the first one will summation will be 3, and but the multiplication will be 0, because 3 cross 0 is 0. So now this is how it works. So this is all about the parameter modes that we have in stored procedure. And here let me remind you, we don't have only out parameter. Let me show you one example, that p xyz, and I will try to make it only out. Okay, now it will directly give me error that out parameter is not allowed in stored procedure, but we have this option in stored function. I'll make other video on same thing on stored function, that how stored function in stored function it works. That is, it is very helpful when we want to return more than one value from a stored function. Generally we know that we return one value from a stored function, but I will show you how to return multiple values from a stored function. So in that case it will be helpful. So I'll make other video on that. So please subscribe my channel to get the updates on it. Now let's create it. It will definitely give me error. So see here, here gives me that procedures cannot have out arguments. That arguments is also called parameter. So, and hint is like in out argument are permitted. Okay, so we cannot have here out parameter, so I'm removing this. But in stored function we have this mechanism, and I will make video on that as well, that how we do it. So this is all about the parameter modes for stored procedure. I hope it works for you, and if you have any doubt or concern, so you can ask me in comment section. Let's meet in another video with another topic. Till then, take care. Bye bye.